Well, happy Monday once again, everyone. This is Brian Devore with the Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, California Properties. First Monday of the month. We're already in the second month of the year. The year seems to be flying by. Hope you are staying safe and healthy. Let's get right into the Money Market Moment Report and let's see what's going on out there. Right now, we'll talk about the latest stats. Where is it cheaper to buy a home? Where is it cheaper to rent a home in the United States? It'll be interesting to see what those cities are. And finally, we'll talk about housing market gaining $6.9 trillion. Some big numbers we're going to be talking about towards the end of the video, so be sure to stay tuned for the entire video and see what that's all about. But first, we'll talk about the latest stats. Active listings, 1,752. That's up 27 from last week. Versus pendings, we have 2,970, which is up 134 from last week. So we are seeing inventory climbing, but we have more of an increase in the number of pending sales. Months of inventory is 0.83. That's up 0.03 from last week. So what did we see in the last week? We saw 862 homes come on the market. That's up 45 from last week. So good to see that increased inventory. New pending, 620. That's roughly the same increase over the week before, up 46 from the week before that. New pendings listed within the last week, 76. That's 12%. So that's good to see that 12% of the homes that were listed in the last week are already in escrow. The week before that, it was 9%. So more homes are selling in the first week of coming on the market. And new pendings listed within the last 2 weeks, 463. That's 75%. It was 69% the week before. So again, we're seeing an acceleration of homes selling. They're just selling faster right now because of inventory shortages. How many homes closed escrow in the last week? 442. That's up 56. And we expected to see a jump based on the number of homes going into escrow over the last few weeks had been increasing. So we're starting to see increased closed sales. Median list price, $735. That's up $10,000 from the week before. The week before that had been down quite a bit, so it's good to see that rebound. Median sales price, $751. That's down $24,000 from last week. So interestingly, over the last 2 weeks, we've seen the median come down $52,000. Don't think that's necessarily a trend. It's probably just a mix of the properties. Homes aren't going down in price. In fact, the homes that I'm listing are selling fast and they're still selling for well above list price. So I think we'll see that trend line continue to go back up again. Average days on market, 15. That's up 1 day from last week. So on average, homes are selling in about 2 weeks or so, as we saw from the last slide. Most expensive sale, we're going to start including this. It's kind of fun information to see. The most expensive sale last week was in Rancho Santa Fe, sold for $8,200,000. And the least expensive sale last week was in Borrego Springs, $47,500, a manufactured home. But interestingly, that home was listed for $27,500. So even manufactured homes, low-priced manufactured homes, are selling for well above list price. So here are the new actives, pendings, and sold. And we can see the inventory has been really increasing. Starting the beginning of the year, it jumped up quite a bit, and it's been staying above that and starting to increase even more. New pendings, however, are keeping up with that. And new sales, we are starting to see that climb back up again. Median list price and median sales price. Again, those numbers had dropped over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll see those start going up again. But again, it's probably just a mix of the properties selling. All right, where is it cheaper to buy a home in the US versus renting? And conversely, where is it cheaper to rent than to buy in the US? The map on the left, you can see where it's cheaper to buy. Interestingly, the majority of those cities are in the northeast area. So Chicago, St. Louis, that's the Midwest, but then you start getting further east of there. And you have one spot in Florida, one spot in Texas, and Riverside. So we have one city in California that's cheaper to buy than to rent. But on the other side, where it's cheaper to rent, most of the cities are in the West. So you see Seattle, Boise, Salt Lake City. It'll be interesting to see. Lots of people are moving to Boise, and we'll see if it stays cheaper to rent than to buy over the long haul. But in San Jose, it's cheaper to rent than to buy a home. So home prices has always been high in that area of California. Seems to be cheaper to rent than to buy there. So it'll be interesting to see maybe a year from now what these cities look like. Finally, housing market gained $6.9 trillion in 2021. It's a huge increase. Right now, the overall value of the market is about $43 trillion. And these are the top 5 states in increase over the year before. Coming in last, or 5th, Washington had a gain of $266 billion. New York, $343 billion. Interesting, because we kept hearing how people were fleeing the cities, but New York still went up quite a bit. Texas had a huge gain of $506 billion. Florida, $571 billion. And number 1 on the list, over 2 times the gain of Florida, is California, $1.3 trillion. And we've seen home values go up quite a bit, especially here in San Diego, but LA, Orange County, Bay Area, home values are really increasing. So the talk about everyone's leaving California, if everyone was leaving California, I don't think we'd see home values jumping quite this much. $1.3 trillion gain in overall value of real estate in California. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Hope you enjoyed the stats and information. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to give me a call, send me a text, whatever you like. Hopefully, again, you're staying safe and healthy. I look forward to seeing you next week in the next Monday Market Moment. Have a great day.
For a copy of Brian Devore's Monday Market Moment, send an email request to brian@devorerealtygroup.com.